Hello everybody on the internet who likes miniatures. I'm Doc Eon. It's a Monday. I'm here to ramble. It is in fact Monday the 1st of November 2021. And I've finished up all of my Halloween minis. I mean, Halloween was yesterday or Friday depending on how you count. All Hallows Eve is still to come. It's this upcoming Friday. So I could have had a little bit more time, but I finished all the spooky stuff. Up front, we have 4 Reaper Bones zombies from the Bones 5 Kickstarter. They're just extremely quickly speed painted. No special care paid for them at all. The other stuff that's from that same Kickstarter are these 2 walls. The Wall of Thorns and the Wall of Stone. I tried to get some variety into the Wall of Stone, different colors of rock, not just gray. And the thorns are, well, the vines are green and the thorns are red. I thought that was an interesting look. Now, is there anything more bones? Oh yes, this is bones as well. This is Reaper Bones. This is the Drunken Mermaid from the Reaper Con swag. Let's see, where is the focus? Hang on. There we go. That's better. So the thing you might recall when I first started this mini, I was wondering where it's her left arm. And I found it. While I was painting the hair, I thought, that's a weird strand of hair. Oh, wait a minute. That's an elbow. It goes down to her shoulder there, inside the hair. So, yeah. I found the missing arm. And, yeah, not much else to say. I mean, I painted her. I don't know if this is supposed to be a statue or a figurehead or something, or if it's an actual mermaid with an actual anchor like floating in the air there somehow. I just decided it would be more fun to paint it as if it was all real and not some sort of sculpture. You know, it could still be a statue or figurehead, except it's painted instead of just pure wood or stone. So that's that. And then we have 3 more Reaper miniatures, which are metal. We have the Day of the Dead Duchess. Again, I just try to add a little bit of Halloween colors to it to make it appropriate. I mean, again, the only death reference is this little skull pendant she's got hanging from her belt. Otherwise, I just kind of added some colors willy-nilly and left it at that. We have here the Headless Footman, who actually does have a head, pumpkin head, and a severed head. I'm not that enthused about how my severed head here turned out. I was thinking about doing research on real-life severed heads, but I thought that might seem odd in my search history. But I don't think the focus is on that. The focus will be on the figure himself and the pumpkin head. And the Banshee is probably my least favorite of the minis I painted this week. I mean, they can't all be winners. I don't know about the color scheme. I couldn't come up with anything better, and I just wanted to get her off my table, so we finished it. I don't know if the mist here that she's coming out of is too close to the color of the skirt, maybe, and if the color of the skirt is too close to the color of the hair. Well, you live and you learn. And finally, the only non-Reaper mini this week is Red Rain here from Hassle-Free Minis, who is a machete and axe wielding tough girl. with the hockey mask. And you can draw your own conclusions about that. Yeah, anyway, so 11 models. That's a reasonable haul for this week. I'm happy with that progress. So, let's take a look at the work in progress. So you might be sick of seeing these models by now, but they are the last standing of the the models I got in the ReaperCon swag boxes. And they've been on my paint table for a while now, and occasionally gotten a little bit of paint here and there. But I honestly think I can finish most, if not all of them, by next week now, because this coming week I'm off work. It's a school holiday, so I have more time during the days. I still have some work to do. I have to grade some tests. I don't have to, but for my own peace of mind, I need to. But still, a lot more time to paint than normal, even though I'm also doing a bit of packing and cleaning in anticipation of my move next month. But still, I think I'll get cracking on these. And also, this is why I think I can add quite a lot of new models to the queue, which you'll see in the next clip. Because the ones I'm adding are all very simple to speed paint. They'll take a day or two at most, and then I can spend the rest of the time on these guys. So that's the plan. Now to show you what I was talking about. Here we see all the newly primed Reaper bones from the Bones 5 Kickstarter. We have the Boulderkin, we have the Tree Folk, and we have the Armory here. The only tricky thing was putting together this weapon stand. There was a lot of stuff to fit on there, and I had to glue it all in place before painting it. It would have been really difficult to paint all of these pieces separately, but I'll manage. And well, the archery target was barely possible to fit on a 25mm base, but I did it. And I put these other armor stands on 25mm bases as well, just to make them unified. These are all the Reaper 25mm circular ones, the ones that don't have a slope but are like have a straight edge, so to speak. But all of these just use the integral basis. And like I mentioned, I think these will be very quick and easy to paint up. And yeah, especially since I have more time this week, I hope. We'll see. Now, in the interests of, as I mentioned before, speed painting, getting a lot of stuff done quickly, I decided to go for the simplest monsters and smallest monsters that are in the Bones 5 Kickstarter, the kobolds. So we have a bunch of, we got a baggie in the core set, which come like this, 2 on each sprue. A total of 24 minis. I've taken 2 of them off the sprue here. This is what they look like. And then in the Dungeon Dweller set, there were another 6 individually packaged. Oh, this is a goblin. That's a mistake. I should find the kobold that goes with that, because I know there were 6 kobolds. Anyway, here's one with a crossbow. And they're slightly different. They pretty much look the same, except, I don't know, the ones from Dungeon Dwellers perhaps are a little shorter, but on the other hand, they have thicker bases. Now, what I've done with kobolds and goblins from previous Bones Kickstarters and the like is that because they are so small and so light and tiny, I have glued them onto these washers that are not quite 20, they're 18mm in diameter. And if you do that, and then you fill out the washer with some green stuff or some other basing grit, well, it gives a bit of
heft. It gives some balance to it. It doesn't fall over when you breathe on it. Unfortunately, for these high-rise spaces, it doesn't look quite as good. It's going to be harder to fill that out. But I feel like I have to do it for the sake of consistency. I have to keep using the washers. So, well, we'll sacrifice some aesthetics for the sake of consistency. Now, yeah, so that's basically all the new stuff that I'm going to add for next week. Is just so there were 18 here and 6 here. I don't know what I said earlier, but there's 24 in total. 18 in the corset and 6 from the Dungeon Crawlers box. And yeah, that's gonna be, if I can find the 6th one and replace this goblin with it. I'll do the goblins next week. I mean, that's the week after. But kobolds for now. And anyway, that was it for this week. You've seen everything I had to show you. I hope it was of some interest. Give me a thumbs up if it was. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. But above all, join me here again in a week. Same day of the week. Same Dakian. Same channel. But for now, I'm signing off.